about you guys.
She has a different voice and a different understanding.
Hi, I'm Audrey Grabesic, and this is Offsite Dirt. We are the construction news for everything offsite, and our new area is the dirt with low carbon, building science, and all these other unique opportunities to build. Good day, Mark. How are you?
Audrey, it's always an exciting conversation. I'm doing well.
Hey, I see you have a really unique logo behind your head, and B Public Prefab is with us. Why don't you introduce Edie and Jonah?
You betcha. So bpublicprefab.com, a place to explore all the more. Right now, they have 20 projects in engineering, and they're moving towards building across 3 primary states right now. That's Colorado, New Mexico, and California. They're working with a variety of architects that we're going to bring into this picture on this. Ladies and gentlemen, these are a close friend of ours. It's dynamic work that they're doing today. Please welcome Jonah and Edie.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
So
gang.
great.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, great to see you.
Love it. Thank you so much for being here as well. Edie, I'm going to actually just start us off, direct this right to you. What is new in your world at B Public Prefab?
It's always exciting. We're really fortunate. We've always got new things bubbling up, new people calling and sort of joining this movement, this revolution with us. I think some folks in the audience might know that we have a design staff, but we're really focused right now on those external partners. So architects who are specifying and designing with our panelized system. So folks looking for a faster build, looking for high performance, looking for a solution that's sort of carbon sensitive and doesn't have petroleum in the build. So we're wood-based and working with folks who have done a lot of thinking about building better and are really excited to find a solution that gets their products designed quickly, pre-engineered, and off to the races. So we moved very quickly last year from, I'd say 80 to 90% inside design to now we're at like 20-30% being designed internally, and the rest are architects across the country. We've got folks in Colorado, as you mentioned, Mark, in California, upstate New York, North Carolina, certainly New Mexico. We're based in Santa Fe, New Mexico, so we've got an amazing support of green building, great history of green building in the state, and we're just pushing everybody a little bit further to get to those low energy builds. We're also working with homeowners rebuilding from fires, both in California, Colorado, and New Mexico, as well as working with wonderful partners like Habitat for Humanity and some net zero developers that are pushing for whole communities built to net zero. So we've got a lot, as you can tell. We've got a small staff. We are still a small business, but we will be growing staff and partners this year. So yeah, we're off to the races and running straight uphill. Thanks for asking.
Speaking of uphill, I have a question for you here, Jonah. So we have a slew of people that come from the, let's say, performance area of building. We have people that come from the site world of building, of different specialties and contractor backgrounds. And then we have influx of people that come from the factory made components and parts. In my experience, how all that comes together, there's not been trainings that have taken place before. Until you start the program, you've already completed one training for this, and there's more coming. Could you share with everyone what happened and what's going to keep on happening in that arena?
Yeah, thanks so much, Mark. It was really exciting. Just about a month ago or something like that, we had our first training. It was trainers training general contractors and framing some subcontractors from Colorado, New Mexico, and North Carolina, and all got together, and we covered really As simple as prefab is, of course, there's just some primary parts of just the process that people are unfamiliar with and so forth. It's the exact same material, same codes, everything like that, but it's just the process is a little bit different. And so we covered, I can't believe how much ground we covered. We covered offsite construction codes like the new ICC 1200 codes and then air barriers, and did some passive house, weather barriers, what's vapor open, and how cellulose operates and the benefits of it in assembly, and all the way into rigging, OSHA training for rigging and crane signaling, signal person. All of those things were really, and it was absolutely amazing how quickly the builders snapped to it. As soon as they knew what it was, they knew exactly how to operate. Like it's the same screw guns and everything like that. And it was such a gratifying aspect of that first training, is that it was really successful. I mean, really, it exceeded certainly my expectations for how successful it was. Like all the builders really went away. I was really confident they were able to bid and install, prefabricated projects, like meeting code and predictably. It's really nice.
Their perspective has changed, and now they know fast, safe, and simple. I look forward to the new faces that meet you and take part in it there. And I know Audrey's ready. She's got a big question for you here. Thank you, Jonah.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
I want to compliment both of you, because we know that this is kind of a one-of-a-kind builder training event that took place, and being able to bring all these people in-house and coordinate those efforts, and then also execute all these different areas that you have touched on, is needed. And the greatest part about it is you've proved that it can happen. You've brought the people together. What was one of the, when you look at it now, and you're going to be doing these programs again sometime, this year coming up, what is one of the biggest takeaways or the biggest experience that people came up to you and said, this was so great? Why was this so great?
Wow. Yeah. Well, it was really great. And it's one of those things that when you look back, you think that was crazy that we undertook that. And then it went so well. And we did, we had great partners who traveled to be here, both the builders and other.
So many people contributed
trainers
from the community, really, in such a good way. Yeah.
And we always invite. So we did actually have an open house when it was all done. But I want to reiterate what Jonah just described in terms of curriculum and technical things that were covered. That was 2.5 days. That's it.
Amazing. Yeah.
And in
to
the
be able to get
process of
that all in there, amazing.
Yeah. And if people go to the website and go to bpublicprefab.com, they actually built a structure. So not only was it, they're sitting and doing things, it was hands-on, and we had a live crane and a crane operator, and they put in floor panels and they put up the wall panels and they sealed it. And that actually happened in less time than was scheduled during that training. So the takeaway was, obviously the builders who came were already interested and invested, and they traveled far distances to be here. You'd assume them to be enthusiastic. It was like jet fuel. They were leaving like, everything we're going to do, we're going to do it. We're going to work together. Hey, you guys want to get together on a bill?
Such a cool
They're connecting. And I think, B Public is different in a lot of ways of how we approach stuff, but we want that connectivity. Some people have encouraged us to be the installers, to hold all those dollars and all that expertise at B Public. We don't want to. We actually want to seed expertise locally and grow those teams, because we know it's not just B Public growing. Offsite dirt, modular, prefab,
manufacturing, all of it.
It's the movement. And there is a big lack, specifically in residential, for expertise on how to do that. And so
the expertise exists. I think that's what this training, if you can train in 2.5 days, that means that expertise already resided with those builders. And that's really true.
Yeah.
Like, builders are completely underutilized for their abilities and what they can contribute to our communities. And so it's just, I think, just giving them another tool, I think. So
well, yeah, they're and builders are everything. I'm thrilled to have them, but we'll offer it again. So I think the opportunity for us as a company, one, is to say, we can't train everybody. And we're going to continue piloting, but we want other people. We want other organizations. We want universities and trade schools and community colleges picking up this training, taking a portion, and we will always train to what's specific to B Public. But how we launched this was very general to high performance, to panelize, and then kind of, did get into B Public, but it was a bigger lesson.
And the reason I think to do that is when then you understand the intent, then you're empowering problem solving on the site, which is inevitable, like that will happen. And so if people understand the intent, then it's good.
And do it safely.
Mhm.
So I
And
think,
congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations. I think that is, you have just achieved something that we've all talked about, but you've implemented it. And also the reaction also just shows you that it is needed.
It is, and we will offer it again. So I do encourage people to, get on our newsletter, ask for more information. We're based in New Mexico. We have a wonderful facility that we can offer this training in northern New Mexico. So the next one will likely be here again. But this is something we can take on the road, and we're really excited to share this information and crack it open so that people are ready for this growing market demand.
So,
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. And just so our audience knows, actually, Mark Willie did a story on you, and we also have featured images of what you did over those 2 days and the end product, which was absolutely beautiful. So please go to Offsite Dirt and you'll be able to pick up that story, which leads us into the next exciting thing. I hear that you guys are going to be attending the International Building Show. What's going on there?
Yeah, not only are we attending, we applied and we were asked to join the startup zone. So we will be in company with 19 other startups in the built environment. And we get to actually table and invite people to come to our booth at the International Builder Show in Las Vegas. And we anticipate a whole new audience. It's really, it's a little daunting. It's like 90,000 people are expected to attend this show. Not all of them will have understood what prefab is before the show or high performance. Fortunately, we're not the only ones talking about that this year at the show. And we're excited to have a booth. I'll be on stage pitching with 12 of those startups. I don't know if it's going to be recorded. It'd be great to add it to Offsite Dirt because a lot of those folks are really interesting. And they're just launching companies that I think we all want to watch. And then I think there might be some other kind of in the works secret stuff happening that live folks might get to see that we're really pleased that people are inviting us to jump in a little deeper at the show.
Here. So we already are chomping at the bit to have you guys back on the show. You're good friends. You're also great leaders for the industry. The fact is at bpublic.prefab.com, you'll find that these projects have already gone on and there's already more in the works. So remember, there's a lot of companies coming in with what will happen. This is already happening. I want to make the audience clear. It's already happening. And when you call and email them, the two folks on your screen, Edie and Jonah, are some of the team members you get to talk to, right? This is an inclusive place. You could tell by their smiles, they love what they do. So you also had a grand training, including safety, of prefab panels and built a unit just a while back, and there's more happening. So remember to check out those stories and visit them when they're in Vegas this year, and look for other events. Audrey, Edie, Jonah, this is a great topic, and I'm glad to see that it's the three of you guys that are leading this voice. And I hope the army behind you shows the smiles they're making and the great buildings they're taking pride in.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you both. Thanks for inviting us and encouraging us and cheering. Thanks, guys.
I love it. So the best thing about it is carbon appropriate approach. That is what our success story includes. Thank you, Edie, Jonah, and Mark. This is another story on offsite dirt for the dirt and building science. Thank you all for being here.
You guys.